on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
We are extra excited about today because we are still in Istanbul. We've been here for a few days, but today is the first proper explore day.
So the plan for the day is to hit up some pretty big tourist attractions, maybe explore some neighborhoods, and just see what the city has to offer. So to start things off, we are in the Sultanahmet district of Istanbul. We're actually in this cool little park, and what's especially neat about it is that on one side is Hagia Sophia. It's, I think, currently a museum, and we're going to go visit it on another day, I believe. But behind me is the Blue Mosque. It's actually an active mosque, and it's closed right now for prayer, but as soon as it opens, we think we're going to go visit it.
So here I have to show you guys Hagia Sophia in all of its glory. And then, well, the mosque is right behind Anna, where we just were. It's a little backlit.
It is. I think if you came early in the morning, you might be able to get good photos of it, but we are going to go inside, and I've heard absolutely amazing things about it.
Well, we made it in, and is this ever impressive?
And it's open now. Just a little bit of background information. If you are a woman, you're going to have to wear a headscarf when you come in, but they do have them for free. I did bring my own though.
So we made it inside. Now we do have to be a little quieter than usual. There are people praying in here, but it is beautiful. But however, it's under construction.
It's totally our luck. I feel like everywhere we go to visit, it's always under construction. But I think it's been under construction for a really long time. Probably will be for a lot longer, unfortunately. But so be it. It's an old building, so I guess they do have to renovate it at some point.
Yeah, especially to keep up this amazing looking tile work. The interior is just spectacular.
So surprisingly, this is our very first time inside of a mosque. We've been outside lots of times, but first time inside one. Pretty cool. I do have some facts for you though before we move on. There are 5 domes, up to 141 feet, 20,000 handmade tiles, 6 minarets outside, 200 stained glass windows, and it was built between 1609 and 1616.
It's pretty impressive stuff right there.
Yeah.
So one thing when you come here, we knew you had to take your shoes off, and we thought we were going to have to walk around with our sneakers on our hands. They do give you some plastic bags that are free, and speaking of free, it's also free to get in this place.
It is, but you can leave a donation, I think, on your way out. Definitely worth visiting here. It's really, really beautiful, but I don't think you'd need a ton of time if you're just pop in. So right now we are crossing a bridge into the area that we're actually staying in. Behind me is Karaköy. We're going to go there in a second, and after that we're going to head up to the Galata Tower. We're actually staying right near there. But before we do that, I just wanted to point out really one super unique thing about Istanbul. Right now we are actually standing in Europe. Right there across the Bosphorus River is Asia.
So what we heard about the Asia side is if you're coming to Istanbul for your second time, you should go visit there. There's not so many tourist attractions, I guess, and it's more locals live there, basically. Where we were just at is the touristic area, and where we are staying in Galata and Karaköy is also touristy, but it's also a little more trendy. Alright, so we have just tucked over into Karaköy. I think it's safe to say we have worked up an appetite.
Yeah, and there are loads of restaurants, there are bars, there are coffee shops here, so I think we might have a lot of options.
So what we went for today is this little guy, or I should say kind of a big guy. It's called Simit, and we've been seeing these all around Istanbul so far. You can get these almost on any street corner. We do have something else as well we'll show you in a minute, but we just had to try one of these. We also heard that this place that we're at has, they're basically freshly baked here, so couldn't miss that. I'm assuming there's no proper way to eat this, so I'm just gonna dive right in. This is good. I am a sucker for anything with sesame seeds, for the record, and this is just full of it. It was also just freshly baked, and it's nice and warm. Doughy in the middle, a little bit crunchy, smoky sesame seeds. It's kind of a perfect snack in the afternoon. All right, let's see what Anna has over here.
All right, so I got one actually with some stuff on it. It's got some sort of cheese. I don't think it's cream cheese, but we'll see. There's cucumbers and tomatoes on there.
It's like a little bagel sandwich. I can hear the crunch. Curious what it will be like.
Nice, chewy, but delicious bagel. I love those sesame seeds as well. I just had like a bit of cucumber. It adds a little bit of crunch, and the cheese is a little bit sharp, but not too much. So it's a yummy little sandwich.
I wonder, do you like it better than the traditional Simit? It's kind of different. I don't know if you can compare them, huh?
It's just an accompaniment. I don't know. I like them both. So if you are coming over to Galata Tower area, definitely be prepared to walk uphill on cobblestones. I've actually seen some girls doing it in stilettos. No clue how they're doing it.
And look at these cobblestones. They're not even at all. I know this is going to be hard for you to see, but look how uneven that is. And they're really slippery in the rain. All right, well, we made it. I'm a little out of breath. We're now getting up to where, well, there's a big street up here, like a shopping street with a ton of people. And right now we're close to where we are staying, so it's starting to fill up with people, but there's a lot of action around here. It's pretty cool. All right, so we made it up to the top to one of the busiest streets in the city, but look at this old streetcar.
Yeah, it's a bit gimmicky, but you can take it all the way up the street. It'll take you to Taksim Square, and you don't have to walk it.
So as you can see now, we're into the thick of it on this street. What I'm hoping for is that that train, the streetcar behind us.
I bet you it'll go.
I'm hoping it's going to go because a lot of people hang off the back on this busy street.
So this street is called something like Istiklal. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it is one of the busiest streets in all of the city. Get this, I read that on weekends, just in one day, there can be up to 3 million people pass through here. Other than that, you're going to find lots of shopping here. There's big brands, lots of restaurants, coffee shops, there's cinemas, pretty much everything you'd ever want.
So here comes the train again. Do you think anybody's going to be hanging off the back? Oh, I can see them. Look at this.
Yeah.
This street goes on forever, and what we hear is a lot of people compare it to like Oxford Street in London, some other big streets
Like
what,
Fifth Avenue in New York type thing, you know, those big streets with all the big shopping.
Yeah, and what's cool though is there is a mix of like big brands like Anna said, but there's also little like local shops as well. There's also a lot of street performers. We do have one more spot to show you guys. Anna is looking up because there's something very tall up there. There's a tower.
So this is the Galata Tower. You might remember it from when we were on the bridge. You could kind of see it from there. It dates back to the 14th century and happens to be one of the oldest and tallest towers in the whole city. Originally it was used for defense purposes because you can see the water from up there, but then eventually they turned it into a fire tower to spot fires all around.
So I'm sure you guys are wondering if we're going to go up this tower. We are not because of this line. It's actually one of the shorter lines, but I think it's going to take an hour or so to get up that beautiful tower, so we're going to skip that today.
We had a little hack for you. The reason we're not going up to the Galata Tower, other than the long lineup, is that we got a better idea.
So we thought this was a much better idea. Got a little beer, and we are on a rooftop with a great view of the city up here, as you can see. So to us, it's better to look at that beautiful tower than go up it and wait in that line, especially when you got a rooftop like this.
So we got our Turkish beer. This time we got a Tuborg. I got a filtered one, which I seem to be enjoying more than like the malt, like regular kind. There's another Bomonti, I think it is, that I've been regularly getting, but this one's a Tuborg, and I really, really like it. And it can sit here and enjoy this view. I don't think you're going to be able to see it from the camera, but we can actually look over directly to where we started off today, which is pretty cool.
So I'm sure you can tell we are digging this city. It is totally our style. It is so big. I don't even know if we said already. There's about 15 million people in this city, so it would take a long time to really give you guys an in-depth look at everything. One of our favorite things about it is once you get off the main streets that we showed you today, there are lots of little side streets that are quiet, cobblestone. There's cafes everywhere. There's more cafes here than any other city. We already know we're going to be coming back to Istanbul multiple times over the years. All right, well, first day exploring the big city, and wow.
Yeah, I feel like that was maybe like the very, very tip of the iceberg of what the city has to offer. It's obviously a massive, massive city. We just saw a tiny, tiny little bit of it, but hopefully some good parts of it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, man, like, so this place so far, it's like blowing us away, as we said before. It's a giant city though, so it's really hard to figure it all out in a few days. And you know what? You could be here for a month and you never figure it out, right?
Oh, absolutely. It would take, I feel like it would take years to explore the whole city.
It was a lot of fun today, though, to go to the touristic area to see the mosque, because it feels so much different over there than it does here.
Totally different vibes, and it's very close. Like, it was a half-hour walk, I think, between the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally different vibes between the two. But like, I'm getting it's just a really cool city. Awesome vibes. It reminds me a little bit of like Budapest with all the coffee shops and great bars.
That's such a great comparison. That's probably why we like it so much. Like, walking around every day, we're just staring up. We're looking. When we're on ground level, we're like, all these cafes, all these bars, all these restaurants. It feels a lot like Budapest.
Yeah, and then it's pretty with the cobblestones, and like on this side, really European buildings. I don't know if on the Asian side it feels like that, but someday we'll find out.
Now today we one thing today that really caught our attention. We tried a little bit of what I would call street food, which was Simit. Was it Simit?
Simit?
I think it's pronounced Simit. So because of that, and we see them everywhere now, I think in the next video we're gonna go on a street food tour.
Yeah, we're gonna try it all. There's so much food here, so like try some different street foods that Istanbul has to offer.
Yeah. Now, if you haven't watched the last video, make sure to do that, because we were trying some Turkish breakfast for the very first time. We were comparing them in the south of Turkey versus the big city here in Istanbul. So that was a lot of fun. And if you got this far in the video and you're wondering who we are, I'm Trevor. This is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit subscribe. There's a little notification bell. Click that. Leave us a comment. Hit the like button. Do all of the things. We say this every time. Do all the things, because it really helps us out.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Istanbul, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.